Is it recording? Okay, it's recording. Okay, we're going to start this next conic section. Notes, just watch. Don't. Oh. Notes. That says notes. Okay, hyperbolas. Hyperbolas. That's what we're going to start learning to graph and look at how these go. Okay, so what's going to happen is this. You're going to have a center, right? You'll have a center here like this. Just watch. And then from that center, you'll have just the way you counted for circles or ellipses. You'll count up and down or whatever. Right, was that 1, 2, 3? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and from these points, you draw the hyperbola. There's a little bit more to it. There's a lot more to it, but I'm just telling you. Which these will be the vertices. The hyperbola looks like this. It looks like, somebody said like parabola. Yeah, it's like two parabolas, but they're actually opening opposite ways. They look like this. So some hyperbolas you're going to draw. Once you get this, the vertex here like this and the vertex here, you just one drawing opening up and one facing the other way opening down. Everybody cool? Yeah. How do you know if it opens up or down? I'll explain that. I'll get to that. Because there's others, again, that you'll have the center here, yeah? And they don't open up and down. Guess which way they open? Left to right, right? So let me just go whatever. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4? Am I counting right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then some of them open sideways. Some of them open left, right. And I'll tell you how you determine that, okay? But again, from the center, you'll have these vertices, right? Like the vertex of a parabola. But then you'll have some that open left to right. Now, another thing that you don't know right now is how narrow these are going to be or how wide these are going to be. Some of them are going to be pretty wide like this. Some of them will be kind of thin, or they can be nice and big like this, right? Same thing with this one. So all that is going to be actually pretty easy to determine. Okay, let me tell you right now what you already know. You don't know that you know this, but here you go. Ready? Remember when you did an ellipse? This was the equation. Let's just go with the one centered at 0, 0. It was like x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals what? 1? You guys remember that? Isn't that the kind of like the ellipse right there? Yeah. Or it can have the x minus something or plus something squared. Okay. This is a hyperbola. This is what the hyperbola looks like. You're already familiar with this, okay? The equation for a hyperbola is identical to this, except for one thing. Who can tell me what it is? Just one thing that's the only thing difference. Who could take a wild guess and think what's the only difference? Everything else is exactly the same. Well, no guesses? The 1? No, if it's still equal to 1, that's still cool. The plus? What about it? You're right, it's not going to be plus. Equal? 2 equals? What the x squared over a squared y squared over b squared equals 1. Guess what? Instead of a plus, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, instead of a plus, what do you think it's going to be? A minus. Oh, yeah. Everything else looks identical to an ellipse. The only thing now is this. That's what's new. That's how you tell the difference between a hyperbola and an ellipse. You're familiar with the equation already, yeah? You're already familiar. Why do you think I spent a lot of time on this? So that now that we learn this, you're all over it. This is how you know when it's a hyperbola, because it's a minus. Okay, you guys ready? We're going to start graphing hyperbolas. Okay, go to the graph paper. And for those of you that are listening at home because you're not here in class, you can print these out. Remember, I have this on the yellow folder that says class something, class locker, class information, class something. Okay, go ahead and everybody put this equation down. We're doing hyperbolas. Here's our notes, right? Number 1. Go ahead and write x squared over 16 minus, remember hyperbolas are minus, y squared over 49 equals 1. I bet you can tell me already a lot about this. What can you guys do with this? What can you tell me? What you already know? We know that the center is 0, 0, right? If there's no numbers up here, we're good. We're dancing. Center is 0, 0 because there's no numbers here, right? Go ahead and plot the center. Okay, boop. The center is 0, 0. Right there. Okay, nice big boop. Origin right there. Good. What else? The 16, the square root of 16 is what? 4. What does that tell you? And it's under the x. So what does that tell you? That on the x, which is left and right, you're going to go 4? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a nice vertices there, a dot right there. And 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. You good? That's easy. We've done that before. And same thing right here, right? We're going to do the square root of 49. 49 isn't the square root of 49. Oh, is 7. What does that mean? Well, on the y, from the center, you're going to go 7 up and 7 down. Does everybody agree this is like an ellipse? Yeah, but this is where it's not. If this was a plus sign, this would be an ellipse, and you draw an ellipse, and we'd be done. This is not. We're learning hyperbolas. Okay. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to use these 4 points and draw a rectangle. You got to sketch a rectangle. So I'm going to pause the video to give you guys some video. Okay, so don't draw an ellipse. We're drawing hyperbolas. Okay, and you're like, why are we drawing a rectangle? Just go with me. Okay, so a rectangle is going to be drawn like this. And I'm just going to use a highlighter, or you can use a light pencil or something, because you won't see this. You won't see this rectangle. But you need to use it because it's your guide. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go, you're going to kind of draw up and draw this line up until it gets to this line and make a 90-degree corner, right? Like that. You guys did that, right? Yeah, I know you did that. You guys, I saw it. Okay. What is this? Remind me later. Yeah, you should have went like that. Go straight line up to this one. Did you guys do this? Yeah, you did it. That is a rectangle, not a kite, not some other. Okay, this rectangle, when you see the graphs, you won't see it. But you need it. This is your guide. This is your guide. Your guide to draw the parabolas, and it controls how narrow or how wide these branches are. They're called branches. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put like a little dash line like this, right? This is a little ghost line right here. It's there, but you're not going to see it. Like when you see the graphs, you won't see this. Did everybody draw a rectangle? Yeah. Everybody cool? That's a rectangle. Okay. That's step 1, draw a rectangle. Oh no, step 1 is to do the vertices. Anybody know what step 2 is? Oh, why? Why did this go out? Oh no, that's this other thing. I'm gonna turn it off. Okay, step 2. Oh, you guys don't have a ruler, and guess what? Neither do I. Maybe use your credit card or something, your bus pass, that Metro tap card they gave you or something. Or just use the edge of your notebook, maybe. Maybe if you got a notebook, the edge of your notebook or something. And I need you to draw these diagonals. these diagonals that are going to go through the center and through each of the corners like this. And again, these will be, again, these are lines that we're going to use too as a guide. So you're going to draw one of them like that, and then the other one like this, going through the center and out the opposite corners. Yeah, there's two of them. I'm going like slow right now, right? Because you guys are all just learning. You're like, what? Okay. You guys got that? Yeah, you need that. You need the X. Okay. You see, this is like your little template. This is going to tell you how narrow to draw it. This is how you're going to draw the branches, which is the graph of the hyperbolas. We're done. We're actually done. Okay? Let me know when you're ready so I can tell you how you graph them. Okay? Again, you'll not see this rectangle. You'll not see these. These are called asymptotes, by the way. Let's write this in right there. They're called asymptotes. And you're like, what the hell is that? Well, these lines. They're called asymptotes. Like this. Asymptotes. Okay. Are we good? Everybody ready? That's it. Graph the hyperbola. What? Yeah, graph the hyperbola. What? What do you mean? How do you graph it? Now, how many branches are there going to be? Let's go back to the beginning. Remember this? I told you this in the beginning? These are the branches, by the way. These are the branches. The one that you're either going to have one up, one down, right? They call them branches. It's the graph. It looks like two parabolas, right? But they call them branches. They refer to them as the branches. This branch and this branch. It's either going to be one opening up, down, or the branches are what? Left, right. Yeah, you guys see that? Okay. Now, when you guys see the rectangle and the asymptotes, do you guys see that I can draw the ones going up, down right here? Yeah. Or I can draw the ones going left, right. You guys see how this is going to guide you? The question is, which one is it? Which one is it? The branches that go left, right, or the branches that go up, down? Anybody have a clue how you know? I'll tell you what, it has something to do with this equation. How do you know, once I do this, because this is easy, how do I graph it? Do I graph from the ones going up, down, or do I graph the ones left, right? Anybody can tell me? Wild guess? Okay, I'm going to tell you. Ready? It has nothing to do with which number is bigger. Nope, doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with something with the x and the y squared. Anybody can take a wild guess what it is? Something with the x and the y squared. Huh? Huh? No, not with the center. Something with the x, just the x and the y. The vertices? No. Okay, I'm going to tell you. Ready? It's so easy. Which one's positive and which one's negative? Which one's positive? You see, the x one's positive and this one's negative. See, now later you're going to see the y over here in front and then the x back here. But see how the x is positive? Doesn't matter if the numbers here. I don't care which one's bigger or smaller. Whichever variable is positive, that's the way you draw the branches. So if the x is positive, which way is x, everybody? Is x left and right, or is x up and down? X is what? Left and right. So now, that means that these will be the vertices, because it's going left and right. Now don't do this. Let me get a pencil over here. Where's my pencil? Oh, nice. Doesn't work. Don't do this. Don't have all this space and say, okay, mister, I got to draw them left and right, and do this. What the heck is that? Can somebody tell me why that's wrong? Yes, they're left and right, but why is that not good? It doesn't follow the asymptotes. You got it. This is telling you how wide they have to be. Okay? So, yes, they're going to open left and right. Why again? Because the x is positive. Is the x going to be positive all the time? No. So how should you graph them? Like this. They should look like this. Ready? You go right here and you just follow nice and close like that. Nice and close. Follow the. Make it like follow the asymptotes. See, that's going to tell you how narrow it is. You follow. That's why the asymptotes in this whole rectangle, and that's the guide. And when you look at the graphs, when you look at the graphs like on the answer sheet or in the book or wherever, you won't see the rectangle and you won't see the asymptotes. All you'll see is the branches, right? They call these the curves, right? The branches. Okay. Are we good? Let me ask you a question. What if it was this way? What if everything is the same, but it was like this instead? What if it was the y squared over 49 and then minus the x, because it could be like this also. What if it was like this?
Then it'll be graph up and down.
Well, wait. Okay, what if it was like this? Yeah. Are we still going 4 and 4 on the x? Yeah, we still went 4 and 4 on the x. Did we still go 7 and 7 on the y? Yes, we still went 7 and 7 on the y. This rectangle and the asymptotes, right, would still be the same, but what would be different? Well, you see how the y squared is positive now? Yeah, the y squared is positive, so what? You wouldn't be graphing these, right, would you? No, you'd be graphing which ones? The ones here. You guys agree? See? That's how you can determine. Okay, let's do one more and we're going to continue tomorrow, okay? Here's another one. Go ahead and do this one. Number 2. X squared over 25. Oh, what the minus. It's hyperbola. Y squared over what am I going to do here? No, I did the same thing. Oh my God, I made a mistake. I didn't want that, sorry. Change this one to the y squared. Oops. Change this one to the y squared. I want the y squared over here and the x squared over here. Oh my God, I made a mess. Y squared over 25. And you know what? Change the x squared to... Damn, I just made a mess, didn't I? Change it to 16. What a mess. Okay, what do we do first? The center. Plot the center. Okay, 0, 0, right? 0, 0 up here. There's no numbers. What's the second thing we do? The vertices, right? Like the vertices. The So it means that on the y, it's 25, so you're gonna go 5 up and 5 down, right? That's the y. And the x, you're gonna go what? Well, the x is 16, so now you're gonna go 4 and 4. Okay. So the second thing is you put these dots, these vertices. That's the second thing. What's the third thing? You kind of sketch that rectangle. Third thing, you sketch that rectangle. Okay. So that should look like kind of like this, right? Okay, I use those 4 vertices to draw the rectangle. Okay, then what? What's next after the rectangle? The asymptotes. Yeah, those 2 diagonal lines. The asymptotes. Yeah, you're right. There's those 2 lines, those 2 diagonal lines. Okay, well, some of you can kind of like freehand it. You can see that it's gonna go something like that. Oh no, there it is, the metaverse. All right, we draw the asymptotes, sketch those out like that. You can freehand it, doesn't have to be super perfect, but okay. Right, all this is just to guide you to see and that's going to determine how narrow the branches are. Okay? We got kind of like an X like that, and you see there's 2 quadrants here, 2 on top, and 2 top bottom, and another 2 left, right? Okay, last thing, we're done. I mean, pretty much. Now you just got to determine which is it, which is the hyperbola here. Is it going to have the branches opening left, right, or up, down? How do you know that? You look over here, and whichever variable is positive. Correct. So now, since y is positive, well, y is up and down. Morning. Okay, so now it should look like what? Well, y is positive, y is up and down, so the branches are looking like this. One up and one. We're good? Okay, I'm going to stop this video here. We'll continue tomorrow and practice a couple more, okay?